Hey guys, Kyle Brown with Zeiss Sport Optics, North America. Today we're here to show you how to sight in and zero and set the ballistic stop on a Zeiss Conquest V4, 4-16x44 model or 6-24x50 model. If you like what you just saw downrange, you got to prepare at the range. On these rifle scopes, a couple things to note: 30mm main tube, 90% to the eye light transmission, European style fast focus eyepiece, capped windage adjustment with 1/4 minute clicks, external elevation adjustment with 1/4 minute clicks, and the famous ballistic stop. There's probably not a funner cartridge in the world to test this product with than the little 6BR. Okay, so now we're ready to get a few rounds down range. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom into my highest magnification possible. I've already set the European style fast focus diopter adjustment for my eye, and I've already got the parallax adjustment set. We've got a clean cold bore. Let's see where shot number 1 goes. Well, shot number 1 looks like it went very high. Let's go ahead and at least get one more shot down range. While it might seem like you're using more ammo than necessary, you're really saving ammo in the long run, getting that second shot validation. Now that we have 2 shots down range, we have a confirmed point of impact. So now what we'll do is we'll go back and aim at the exact same place we're aiming at previously. Hold the gun nice and steady, which will be easy to do since we already have a rear rest and a front rest, holding the rifle nice for us. And now what we'll do is we'll take through the elevation turret as well as the windage turret and walk the reticle right up, in this case, to the center of the group. All right, so what I've done is I've hit my ballistic stop, so I can't go any further. On Zeiss rifle scopes, they're shipped from the factory in the center of the elevation and windage travel. And so as you go to sight in your rifle scope, depending on what slope or cant of base you have, you may feel like you've run out of elevation travel. You still have plenty of elevation travel to access below the stop, but we have to now override the ballistic stop the way it's set from the factory, and we're going to show you how to do that. With the tool that Zeiss provides, a Torx wrench, we're going to go ahead and loosen the elevation turret cap, and we're going to loosen the ballistic stop bucket and go ahead and finish our zero process. And it's very simple. We're going to loosen one turret screw, loosen the second set screw, and all we're going to do now is, notice we loosened it. We didn't remove the screws. We just loosened them. Going to remove the turret cap, set it to the side, and now we have the ballistic stop bucket. We're going to loosen the set screw on it, loosen the second set screw on it, and this time we're going to lift it up and remove the ballistic stop bucket and set it to the side, keeping it clean in the process. Now here you'll notice we have the adjustment stem right here. This is the elevation adjustment stem. We're going to insert the coin tool, and we're going to use this to continue to adjust the elevation turret. Go back to my original point of hold, and again I'm just going to walk this reticle by turning the turret stem right up to the bullet's point of impact. Okay, so originally we were shooting at the lower bullseye, lower orange bullseye, so we're going to go back and shoot at that again. Now notice I've not put back on the ballistic stop bucket. The only thing I've done was adjust the elevation turret stem, so we'll leave everything as it is. I'm going to go ahead and put in another cartridge and see how close we are to the lower orange bullseye. You notice we're still not perfect. Now we're fighting a little wind. Don't worry about that. What you got to get is your elevation adjustment right. I'm going to get my sight in one more time and make my final click adjustment as well. All right, here's one more shot. Let's see if we've got our final adjustments where we want them. I think that first one was in the bullseye, because now I can see a little bit right of bulls. Okay, so we just validated with a second shot that we're sighted in exactly where we want to be. So now we'd call that zeroed in. Now let's set our ballistic stop for 0, and then let's index our turret for that same 0 as well. I got to take the ballistic stop bucket assembly, and I've got to place it back on the turret stem. Now, this ballistic stop bucket assembly, if you notice right here, it's got a cam on it. And on the base of the ballistic stop on this scope, it also has a stop in it, a mechanical stop right here. The ballistic stop bucket or barrel is going to come by and hit the base stop. Now it has to hit that in the clockwise position in order to stop. So as you put this back on, put it down over the turret stem, turn it clockwise until it stops, take the tool that was provided to you by Zeiss and gently set the set screws. Now what I like to do when I set the set screws, I like to meet resistance and turn it about 1/16 of a turn. Find the second set screw, meet a little resistance, about 1/16 to 1/8 of a turn. Now at this point, if you got it too loose, you could, under the field stress, if you went to adjust it in the field, you could rotate and bypass the turret and have a turret slip on you. If you put too much torque on it, it'll be very difficult to remove and get it going the second time. So be sure to follow the owner's manual and apply the appropriate amount of torque as listed on the bottom of the screen. So now that we've got the ballistic stop set, let's go ahead and get the turret and index it to 0. So obviously we have 1 through 19, 3, and it comes back to 0 would either represent 0 or 20. In this case, because it's our ballistic stop is set here, 0 is now indexed with a 0 marker. So we'll hold that in place, and now we'll tighten the turret. Met resistance in about 1/16 of a turn. Go to the second set screw. Met resistance in about 1/16 of a turn. Now notice how nice and positive this mechanical stop is, called the ballistic stop. It's nice metal on metal. You didn't have to remove any screws. You didn't have to use any plastic shims, spacers, or washers. Nice metal on metal construction, nice positive stop. The ballistic stop is popular with everyone we show it to. All we have to do now is index our windage to 0. Again, because it's a capped windage, you lift up on the turret, let it spin freely till it indexes with 0 mark, and then replace the cap. At this point, we have a zeroed rifle on zeroed on windage, zeroed on elevation. At this point, I'm going to consider this rifle is zeroed in, and we are good to go. Thanks for your time, guys. Hope you had fun with this. If you have any trouble at all with your ballistic stop or elevation turret or windage turret getting it set, give us a call at our customer service number listed below or the email listed below. And be sure to check out the V4 Owner's Manual. If you don't have one, call us, let us send you one in the mail. Thank you, bye-bye.